Hi everybody, it's Savi that summer and welcome back to a new video. I hope you guys are having an amazing day and I hope you guys have a good start to your weekend. So in today's video, I wanted to go over how to make a pretty or beautiful aesthetic sim in The Sims 4 without CC. I know this can be challenging and for me, it was kind of intimidating. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, what in the world? How am I gonna make a sim without all of my beautiful skin overlays and all my details? Like, let me tell you, I am obsessed with my skin details, okay? Obsessed. And believe it or not, once upon a time, there was a time where me, Savvy that summer, did not use any mods or CC whatsoever. And I still like think about that sometimes. And I'm like, how did I survive? How in the world? But all I have to say is it definitely takes practice and time, especially when it comes to constructing a Sim's face. It's really important to make sure that you're really paying attention to their facial features. But one of my first tips would do is to make sure that you guys are looking at their profile, just like right now. As you can see here, I'm messing with their forehead, I'm messing with their nose, I'm making sure that everything is aligned correctly. And also another little tip that I have is their mouth. So make sure that your Sim's mouth isn't like protruding too much outwards, if that makes sense. You want to make sure that everything is kind of lined up, but also too, if you are trying to make a Sim and, you want to make them not look necessarily like every other Sim, it is okay to have their features look a little bit different as well. Not everyone is perfect. And that's what I like about the Sims, the fact that we can make Sims look different, all types of different facial features. Another thing I want to mention too is to make sure that you are definitely fixing that chin, you guys. The chin is so important. Also the cheeks. Right here I am in the cheeks column. This is something I never really paid attention to. And let me tell you, my sim actually turned out to be really pretty, surprisingly. So as we can see here, I'm messing with the cheeks and you can see how defined and how different she looks. And when I tell you, I never really paid attention to that when I wasn't using CC, I never paid attention to that. And all my sims literally look the same, okay? So, a little piece of advice, make sure you guys don't neglect the cheek section. Make sure you're going in there, even if you do have custom content and you have a skin overlay, the cheeks will make your Sims look different. Also, too, the highlight section right here. This is one of my other tips as well. It is super important to put some highlight on your Sim. Of course, it's not necessary, like it's not like required, but I just feel like this base game highlight that we have, it's like a highlighter effect. It adds so much depth to your sim, especially the fact that we don't have eyelashes. It's nice to be able to like give your sim a little bit of a glow, a little bit of a pop, you know what I mean? So that's one of my favorite things with the base game update is that highlight, because look at the sim, like she looks so beautiful and her eyes look more elevated, her nose is like standing out more, and I think it's above her cupid's bow as well. Just pop some highlighter on her. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put some eyeliner on her or not, but I definitely definitely hit the wrong one though. I hit the sperm looking eyeliner, which looks super awkward, so don't ever use that one. That one's so weird. I mean, do what you want, of course. If you want to make a goofy sim, go for it, but that is one of my pieces of advice so far. So again, make sure you guys are looking at the cheeks, looking at the jaw as well, and looking at the chin. There is different chin structures that you can use. Like there's dimples, there's a big butt chin that you can use. I don't really like that term, but you know what I mean. Like you can use jaw and chin presets within Create a Sim to make your sim look different, and that way our sims aren't looking all the same. But yes, the highlight, I know it's such a simple thing, but I think a lot of people forget about it, and it's a lot easier these days to make a sim look a little bit prettier just due to the different updates we've had lately, and also the base game hairs. Also, I will be putting this sim on the gallery for you guys. So if any of you guys want to grab her, feel free to do so. I do have a backstory for her, and I will get into that in a little bit. But I did want to let you guys know I only use 3 packs plus base game. That way it would be more accessible to most people. I did use For Rent as well as University, and I also used Growing Together because I thought that was probably one of the most, popular packs that, most people have. I wasn't going to use University, but I was like, you know what? For her backstory, I decided to do it. But also this little jumpsuit, oh my God, this little jumpsuit. I can't remember if this is from the Party Essentials or the Urban Kit that we just got. But when I found this, I was like, oh my God, that is such a cute little jumpsuit. But yeah, I decided to go with this really cute top from Growing Together just because it's super aesthetic and I thought that it would look really cute to have it kind of as a matching set. I did find the pants that match it and I was like, oh my God, these are so cute. So I decided to go with that and just kind of make her look like a cute little, aesthetic girly. Also, I love the hairs that come with the pack for rent. So I did decide to go with that as well. If you don't have a lot of packs, I would definitely say that the base game hairs, they're not the best in the world, but the recent ones that we have gotten in SCX drops have truly like dramatically changed the way our Sims look. Like this hair here is from For Rent, but there is also another base game long hair that came in an SCS drop that most of you guys probably will use. Also, when you are creating your sim, make sure that you are finagling with the eyes. You can bring them closer. You can, bring them more far apart. I think it's important to like really, work on crafting your sim when you are making them, especially if you want your sim to like look, quote unquote, like attractive, I guess you could say. Just that way, you are also learning and gaining skill when it comes to creating sims. Because when I tell you, when I first started making sims, it was not the best in the world, okay? It was not the best. But over time, by working on facial features within Create a Sim, I definitely feel like I'm much more of an expert with Create a Sim. I mean, I don't want to call myself, an actual expert, but I would say I'm pretty good at it. But as you guys can see here, there are different types of highlighter colors that you can use. And if you guys do see me putting my G shade on and off, I'm just trying to make sure the colors look correct and everything's kind of working right. And she's going to look okay when I put her on the gallery. But yeah, so a little bit about her. I decided to make a backstory about her because I thought she was really cute and I kind of got attached to her a little bit. So her name is Haven. So Haven is a teacher and she's originally from San Sequoia. And she's always loved the ocean. She's always loved being by the water. But she wants to venture out. She wants to be able to explore the world. And she's like, how am I supposed to do that on a teacher salary? Like I love teaching children, but right now San Sequoia, isn't really paying my rent right now. I'm kind of struggling as a teacher. So Haven heard about, I guess, Sims like Tefl. Basically, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Tefl. I think it's pronounced Tefl or Tiffle. I think it's Tefl. But basically, it's where, in real life, it's where people go over to different countries and they teach English and they're an English native speaker and then they go and teach English to people that are non-native English speakers. So this is basically my story for her. I was like, okay, so maybe in the Sims universe, Haven moves to Tommering to teach the children there to speak San Sequoian. I don't know, but that's kind of like my headcanon. Let me know if you guys think that's kind of cheesy, but I thought that was cute. So, and I just decided to randomize her name and I thought that her first and last name fit her really well. And I think she turned out really cute. I also did give Haven the ambitious trait just because she, wants to move around. She wants to better herself in her career. And like I said, she wants to go teach children her native language in a different country, quote unquote, like, sim world, whatever. But yeah, so I gave her the ambitious trait, the child of the ocean, just because, she's lived in San Sequoia by the ocean and she's moving to Tommering. And I did give her the Tommering aspiration as well, because I thought that was really fitting for her, and as well as cheerful, because I just think she's really cute. But I hope you guys love her outfits, because I took a lot of time on them and making them, and I just thought they looked really good for her and fit her personality really well. But let me tell you, this was definitely a challenge for me. I did not realize that I could have made such a beautiful sim without any custom content and just using pieces from the game. So I'm really impressed. Like, I'm impressed with myself and also impressed with the game itself, because I do rely on custom content to make sims and make them very different. But I will say, with a lot of different updates that we've had lately, like with the base game hairs and SDS drops and just like the packs that we have in general. And like I said, using the tips of like trying to personalize their jaw and their chin and their eyes, and definitely, make sure that you are looking at the way their eyes are shaped. You can bring their eyes inward or outward, kind of a down, or, like a more droopy, like heavenly look, or You could go in and add freckles or moles, so there's lots of different things that you can do to make your sim look a little more, personalized. But those are just my top tips, just to really construct their faces and try to make your sims not look all the same, like especially her nose, how I kind of made her nose look a little bit more angled. She has more of like a hook nose, if you that's what you want to call it. I personally love different noses. I don't know if you guys know that about me, but I have more of a button nose. But I've always been drawn to people that have different types of facial features. Like I think like especially like people that are different, that look different from me. I just think they're so beautiful. I don't know what it is, but I love people that have different facial features. I just think strong facial features are so beautiful. But yeah, anyways, that's just going on a tangent for another day. But also accessories too. That's another thing I wanted to mention too, is accessories. Don't forget about accessorizing your sim, with that being like a watch or earrings or a necklace. Definitely add pieces that will personalize your sim, especially if you're not using custom content. Like I said, definitely use what we have in the game to try to make your sim feel more like a person. Because a lot of times when we just kind of go through and we make them really fast, they don't really mean much to us. So my other tip too would be, just to think, okay, well, what's Haven's favorite color? Is it, pink? Is it purple? Is it yellow? And then that way too, you can also kind of make her look more aesthetic by pulling her look together. And, I think also looking on Pinterest as well is another really good place if you're looking to make a sim with a certain aesthetic. And that way, you can kind of like piece it together and just you can make them look aesthetically pleasing. So anyways, those are my main tips. Definitely let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. And I can't wait to hear from you guys. Let me know if you do decide to grab her off of the gallery. I do have her up there. And just remember, again, absolutely no custom content has been used on her for anything. No, hair or, shoes or anything. No skin. But let me tell you, I actually thought that her face looked really pretty, like without any skin overlays, which I was pleasantly surprised about. So anyways, let me know if you guys like the way she looked. But yeah, I decided to use just those 3 packs to make it more accessible for everybody. So I hope you guys like her final look. And yeah, let me know if you guys decide to use her. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in my next video.